got to be the worst feeling in the world to go to work every day and hate your job. And I can say after 50 years, I've never had that feeling.
68.
68? I think it's too much.
It's like 43.
20, 40, and a 5.
Hey, wait. Well, there's dollars on the bottom. Dollars on the bottom.
No, Jackson. I put my money in order.
If you have fun doing what you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. And it's so true, because I don't feel like I come to work every day. I just come to hang out with Dean and have a good time.
Well, my wife won't want to hear this, but I probably would have continued if she wasn't all over me about it. And it's so fulfilling to spend time with young people and watch them grow from one point to the next. Students that come in that, play okay and leave as all-state players. Well, those are the musical things. Really, if you think about being proud of something, I'm proud of all the people that have gone on to different things in their lives. Doctors, lawyers, great musicians. There are people that have gone through this program that are now doing some extraordinary things. And I'm just glad that I had something to do with that.
What I would say I learned from Dean is just that. You create a family atmosphere, a program where students want to be a part of it because they know it's like being part of a big extended family. You spend more time in this building working with these kids than you do with your own family. And when you start to realize that your students are actually your family, your extended family, that's when you really it hits home.
I just wanted to say congratulations, and I'm so happy for you that you're starting your retirement. And I wanted to say thank you for everything. My best memories of high school are all pretty much from band, and you have a lot to do with that.
Hey Dean, it's Julian recording from Chicago. Thanks for all the memories and all the lessons, and I'm wishing you a happy, healthy, and enjoyable retirement.
Hello, congratulations Dean. Happy retirement.
50 successful, memorable, and influential years as an educator. I feel so grateful to be able to say that I've had you as my teacher.
Hi Dean, congrats on your retirement.
Hi Dean, it's Ernie Wang from class of 97.
Erin Van Dorn Wang, class of 98.
And these are our kids, our band kids. This is Jason, he's playing the trumpet now. And Leah on the other side, she's playing the flute. We all wanted to wish you a big congratulations on your retirement.
Hey Dean! It's Glenn Wetzel, class of 86, percussion. Just wanted to say I hope you have a long and happy retirement. You deserve it.
Hey Dean, it's Donna Rakowskis, now Wetzel, class of 1987. And just wanted to say it was always great being in band and marching band with you. And just wanted to point out that many years ago you told this guy here to stop spending so much time with me. Yet here we are 38 years later, still spending time together, even with this guy here.
Hi Dean, Jim McNeil, class of 86. I'm probably not recognizable without my mullet, and I'm also incredibly ancient at this point. But congratulations on your retirement, and thanks for everything that you did for my life. You're the best teacher I ever had.
Wow, 50 years, what an incredible journey. What an amazing career you've had. You've inspired so many musicians, myself included. I'm remembering back to 8th grade when I first had you as my band director at Woodrow Wilson. Most people know you from J.P. Stevens, but I was one of the select few to also have you as my band director during 8th and 9th grade. And those were really formative years, especially as a young musician. You were a big inspiration to me and to all my peers and fellow musicians. Your enthusiasm for music and your encouragement was so important to all of us as we were developing as musicians. Well, at the end of 9th grade, it was really hard to say goodbye as it was time to move on to J.P. Stevens. But after my first year at J.P. Stevens, the band director there decided to retire. And boy, was I surprised to find out that you were the one who was going to be replacing him. So I was lucky to have you again as my band director from during 11th and 12th grade.
Tuesday, September 4th, 1973. Richard Nixon was president. I was at a brand new junior high school, Woodrow Wilson. I walked across the hall into the band room. I saw a 22-year-old man. He looked like his hair had been caught with a balloon. And I said, "Hi, my name is Phil Patricia. I play the trumpet." He said, "My name is Mr. Denicola, and I'm starting a band." "What kind of band?" And he said, a Maynard Ferguson band.
Come out of Lincoln School playing the trombone, not very enthused with the whole music thing. And I hit Woodrow Wilson where you were my band director. Wow, that's all I have to say. We went from playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars to playing Maynard Ferguson, Charlie Parker, all the greats.
I can remember how you shared your love of jazz with us. For many, it was a first-time experience. I can remember for the first time listening to Maynard Ferguson, or John Coltrane, or Rashawn Roland-Kirk. And it was truly infectious, to the point where as a junior high school group, we had formed a jazz band.
Still to this day, I love jazz music. I remember sitting in that brand new band room and you blasting the GRP All-Star Band and listening to Manteca on repeat over and over and over again.
I will always love quality music because I learned that from you. And definitely when I hear Maynard Ferguson, I'm thinking of you.
Dean, what you taught me is that everything is about music. It's time and sound. That's the duality that produces something as beautiful as music. The 4 years that we each have had with you, what a profound impact you have had. I could play Sanctuary by Frank DeKelly and still get chills all over, my stomach drops and I get a lump in my throat. And how do I get that? You know, how does that happen? It comes from remembering and reliving the amazing experience I had in the J.P. Stevens band program made possible by you. I consider myself very lucky and honored to be an alumnus of that program.
Dean and I have some great memories about this old Martin saxophone from the 1940s. We could never keep it in tune. In fact, I think we had to have the neck extended so that it could actually try to stay in tune with the rest of the band.
My years in jazz band, and wind ensemble, and marching band were some of the most formative years of my life. I have to say, I hated marching band and I love marching band at the same time. Absolutely love jazz band, love wind ensemble.
Hi Dean, this is Dhruv Shahane from the class of 2019. To this day, my brother Arya and I talk about marching band and all the heartfelt moments that have contributed to a wonderful experience that you provided for us.
The thing I'll always remember is just being out there for the 3 weeks of band camp during the summer under the hot sun, and then yelling at all the cars honking going by, and that's always a memory that I'll always think about.
So I will always remember, Dean, when you would stand on that podium in marching band and crack on everyone on the floor while we're baking in the hot sun and tell jokes on everyone, and we would bend over backwards laughing.
I will say my funniest moment of you is when you threw somebody's sticks on the roof because they couldn't count the part out and you just got fed up, so you're like, give me your sticks, throw them. And I would like to bet that those sticks are still up there.
For me personally, what I remember most is the genuine interest he took in my interests outside of the classroom, especially during softball season or all 4 years. When I walked into class, Dean would be ready to discuss who we played, if we won, which most of the time we did, my batting statistics and fielding statistics for that particular game. He could be found in the bleachers after a long day of work at most of our home games if he was able to get there. So really that's what stands out for me.
My memory is from sophomore year in high school, and my dad was coming from a far town to pick me up, and I was the last one there and I was embarrassed. So instead of hanging out in front of the band room, I was hanging in front of the school. I didn't want anybody to see me behind the pillar. And Dean, as he was leaving, just saw me and he just waited with me. He waited with me, he talked to me. He's so gracious. Dean, you're so gracious and humble and serving with your time.
There's one story I wanted to tell in particular that really meant a lot to me, and it actually has to do with something after I graduated. It was when I graduated from college and I messaged you about shadowing you for a day to see what it's like to be a band teacher in a high school. And you told me, yeah, come down, come check it out. And while I was there, you made sure that I conducted your bands, that you really got me in there to really see what it was like to do that particular job, and you even gave me critiques and You really made me feel special, and you really made me want to be a music teacher after that.
When I was in high school, I was asked that question, what do you want to do with your life? And if money wasn't an object, what would you do every day that would make you happy? And the answer was very simple. I would just be in band forever. It's the thing that I enjoy more than anything else. And that's because of the culture that you built in your program and the work ethic that you worked with. It was just something that was a joy to be around, even in the hardest times.
Since leaving J.P. Stevens, music has been such an important part of my life. I've been continuing to play the saxophone for the last 25 years, and for the last 20 years, I've been a music educator, and most recently an administrator. I have the honor and privilege every day of making sure that tens of thousands of students across the city of Philadelphia have the same music experiences that I did in your band room, and I wanted to thank you for that. I think about you often, and I think about the lessons you instilled, and it's an honor to carry that on to so many other musicians.
When I teach my students, I definitely see a lot of your influence in the way I teach, especially when it comes to rhythm, especially when it comes to feeling the time and playing in time and thinking of rhythms that might be a little bit on the sophisticated side.
From all the competitions and concerts that we did, I mean, that helped, kind of drive my career to where it is today, and I have fond memories. And when my own students bring in things like Blue Shades or any notable music to work on, I automatically think back to my time at J.P. Stevens, and it's really special.
My life was forever changed in 1996 when I walked through the band room doors for the first time.
I've still to this day never felt at home anywhere like I did in our corner of J.P. Stevens High.
Band wasn't just a class, it wasn't just an extracurricular activity, but it was truly a family, and you were the doting parent that cared for us all.
Band programs, you have made people best of friends. There were lifetime friendships made, like literally lifetime friendships made through your programs, and we're so grateful for that.
Thinking back of our time together, one of the most important things that you kind of solidified within me and probably all of us was this sense of multitasking. I know for me it was kind of running around the percussion section, like grabbing different instruments, and then also on a broader scale juggling different bands and school and everything like that.
Just to have confidence in ourselves. I remember when you used to make us turn around our music stands because you said you had confidence in us with our abilities that we didn't have in ourselves, and that's definitely a life lesson that has carried through.
You've taught me two really important lessons that have helped me in my own career in education. One, respect the custodian because he's the one who's actually in charge of this school. And two, quit farting around.
Picking up an instrument was always a hobby until you kind of taught us that it could be a passion of ours. You were really strict with us, but at the same time we had fun in class.
Towards the end of junior year, I switched from flute to tuba, and because of that decision, I started doing group lessons with you. What I've learned from that is that trying new things will help me see the full potential in myself.
The fact that you can have fun, but also be dedicated towards something. You definitely taught me that it is possible, and definitely just to make the most of everything that you have and the most of every single opportunity that you have, because you'll never get that back.
The most important life lesson I learned from you, it's a little hard to choose just one thing, but I think I've settled on something here. It's the importance of caring about the little details. I remember for all 4 years that I was in the band program, you'd often stress focusing on things like tone quality through practicing long tones. You'd often stress things like the importance of intonation and how intonation separates like truly great players from merely good ones. You'd always stress these very small things and their importance that you would think at a surface level actually aren't that important. But the truth is they were the most important thing, because what you were helping us understand at that young age is that it's by focusing on the little details in any given endeavor in your life that you end up truly being great. they really are the things that add up to a final great package. And that's definitely a lesson that I've carried over into various aspects of my life as an adult. Thank you for that.
Beyond the music, beyond the fun, thank you for the gift and the lesson of teamwork. Being a single piece on the field, a piece of the puzzle, learn that lesson more than anything, which is something I've carried on in life, and now try to instill with my children.
Think how to work with others, how to be with big groups, and to work together to have a common goal at such a young age in high school.
Over the years, I've thought a lot about the lessons that Dean taught us in really subtle ways. He would always say that the purpose of leadership is to serve rather than be served. And that's something that I think about at least once a week in the work that I do. And Dean put a lot of pressure on section leaders and drum majors, often blaming us for things that were clearly not our fault. But I've noticed over time that this was very purposeful, and that he was teaching us that leaders are so often blamed for things that are beyond their control, but it's your response to that and what you do in your decision making afterwards that matters.
One thing that I always remember you saying was that when you're looking for a job, you should find something you enjoy, and then you'd never have to work a day in your life. And I took this to mean, not necessarily that you don't work hard, but that you find something that you really like and that you're motivated by. And this really stuck with me, and I've been fortunate to be able to pursue what I really love to do in both my education and career.
I speak for many people who are going to submit these videos who say that you're the greatest teacher that I ever had. Hands down. It's not even close.
I am in front of these kids right now because of you. Yeah, you made a huge difference in my life, and I love you for that. Thanks, buddy.
50 years is an incredible accomplishment.
Congratulations, Dean!
Congrats on 50 years of teaching.
May the music of life continue to guide you and bring you happiness.
Congratulations on your retirement.
Just wanted to take a moment to wish you the happiest of retirements. It is so well deserved.
The best of luck in the next phase.
Yeah, thank you. Happy retirement.
And remember, if you decide to ever travel the world, that you have a local guide here in Sydney.
You have done so much for so many. Time to do stuff for yourself.
JP Stevens has been blessed to have you all these years. Congratulations on your retirement, and we wish you the very best in the next chapter of your life.
Thank you, and congratulations on retirement. See you, Dean.
Thanks for all the memories. Thanks for everything that you've done and continue to do for the community.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for all you did to help to develop me as a flute player and as a person.
Thank you for everything that you've done.
It's been a true honor to have been part of your journey.
Your wife, Kathy, and your children and your grandchildren, I'd like to say thank you for sharing him with us for all of these years.
Just wish you the best, and I hope you have a great retirement and enjoy your grandkids.
Also, now that you're retired, how about we go into the hair dye business, because your hair looks incredible and we can make millions by getting your hair care routine out to the public. Anyway, Dean, one last thing. Let's go Mets, and congrats again. Bye.
Hey Dean, congratulations on 50 years, and it's definitely very inspirational to see someone for 50 years do what they love day in and day out, and it has motivated me to, chase what I love and come back and, make this nice video, of course. But I also want to continue this legacy and these lessons, so I want to contribute to Mr. Denicola Scholarship. So I will be planning a fundraiser where people can get some awesome photos and contribute to Mr. Denicola Scholarship. And yeah, so check it out here. I just want to congratulate Mr. Denicola, Dean, on his 50-year career. He's going to be sorely missed in this band world that we've been a part of together for 30 years. It's hard to imagine
that only 14 years of my life has he not been in my life. So it's really going to be an adjustment, and it's not going to hit tomorrow or probably even a month from now. It's probably going to be 6 months from now when it starts to set in that he'll be dearly missed. And now I'm getting emotional. So we love you, Dean.